today's conversation is part of our Cascading Impact series of conversations. So here at the Morris County Chamber of Commerce, one of our key goals is to really build bridges and foster relationships among chamber members. How do we do that? Well, we're always on the lookout for unique, fresh, and innovative programming ideas designed to help us achieve that goal. And a terrific example of that is something you're going to learn a lot about, and that is the Hands-On Philanthropy Program. Now, this program was brought to us by Jay Weissman of the Legacy Philanthropy Group, and Jay facilitated this through the Health and Wellness Committee under the leadership of Kathy Degatti. And you are going to witness through these conversations the profound impact this program has had on some of our chamber members. So the Cascading Impact interviews and conversation series is really designed to shine a light on these members and how things like intentionality, collaboration, and the spirit of innovation has had such a huge impact and can have a huge impact on so many lives in and around Morris County. So sit back and get ready to enjoy some wonderful conversations with some truly amazing people. Hi, and welcome to MCTV's Let's Talk. I'm Mike Stanzilis, Vice President of Membership and Government Affairs for the Morris County Chamber of Commerce. And today we're continuing our discussion with members of the Health and Wellness Committee about this amazing cascading impact they've had in our community. And we have with us today the chair of the Health and Wellness Committee, Kathy Degatti. And Kathy is also a graduate of Leadership Morris from 2015. And Kathy has this really cool company. It's called Back to Basic Wellness, which she founded in 2007. And she's a certified nutrition and lifestyle coach specializing in functional medicine. Her practice focuses on autoimmune disease and chronic conditions like high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, and persistent weight gain. Her recent studies also focus on the powerful healing effects of food on the brain. And she's a graduate of the Institute of Integrative Nutrition with a certification from Columbia Teachers College. So Kathy, hello and welcome
Hi.
to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Well, we're really blessed to have you here. So let's just dive right into it here. What's the Health and Wellness Committee? What do you guys do? And why would a person want to be part of the Health and Wellness Committee?
Well, it's actually one of the most powerful things that I think you can do these days. If ever there was a need for the ability to heal your mind, body, and soul, this is it. And we have encompassed a lot of different areas when it comes to health and wellness, realizing that it's far more than just what you put in your mouth and how you exercise. We've incorporated 8 different pillars, and so most people can find what they need either in nutrition, fitness, mental, emotional health, physical health, healthy aging, financial wellness, environmental and human performance, all the different aspects of what makes you a wonderful human being.
Wow, there's a lot there for
Yes.
a person to really become healthy and well, for sure. So, you're running this really incredible committee, and you guys have grown so much. And you were introduced to one of our really outstanding chamber member, Jay Weissman, and Jay brought on board this concept, this hands-on philanthropy, which really, as you guys sort of got into it, it turned into the cascading impact that you've had in our community that we're talking about. So what was it that inspired you to embrace this, Kathy?
Well, a lot of it came from my experience with Leadership Morris. That was where I learned the power of philanthropy. But one of my goals in chairing the committee was to make the members of my team as successful as they could possibly be. And many of us there are solopreneurs, and it's very difficult to be heard when you're standing by yourself. So I knew that as a community, if we raised each other up, all of us would become more successful. And one of the best ways of doing that was to create a community. So by getting together as a group and going through some exercises with Jay, which were quite unique, we talked about things that you don't normally discuss in business meetings, about the things that were very important to us as human beings, the things that inspired us and lit us up. And so we came to know one another in a very different way. And because we became friends and we came to see how wonderful these people were, we were able to come together and support one another in a way that was quite unique. But we also had to be able to find a way to get seen by other members of the chamber who don't know that we're at the other end of the hall. And so one of the best ways of doing that is doing an outreach in the community. And by working with non-for-profits, it gave us an opportunity to really be seen throughout all of Mars County as the healers that we are.
Yeah, and you guys truly are some great healers. The energy in this committee, this health and wellness committee, is really about just healing, and it's so supportive and so positive. And what I've seen is, when kind of what you're talking about is all this collaboration. These, you talked about people, the solo entrepreneurs that sort of stand alone. Well, now they're standing together, they're collaborating, they're innovating, they're having some impact. Can you give us a couple of examples of the collaboration that you've seen within the members of the Health and Wellness Committee?
Oh, it's been really moving. You know, it started when we worked with Roots and Wings. There were 14 of us that got together and we created an educational program for them, which has since spun off. Lois is continuing to try and keep that together to work now is under a grant so that we can continue to educate together, each of us giving a different spoke in the wheel of health and wellness. It's created different wellness summits that each of us have participated in. We did one for Unicity on for caregivers. And I've seen people promoting other people's events in their newsletters and on their Facebook. And it's just been a wonderful way of really lifting each other up and not having a competition so that all of us can shine.
Yeah, and it's really something that you all lift each other up, and that impact, it's sort of spreading out. It's a ripple effect, and that's what you guys are calling, the cascading impact. It's kind of like you've thrown this pebble into a pond, and it's just spread out throughout our communities and helping a lot of people. Coming here from the Health and Wellness Committee and the Morris County Chamber of Commerce. What a great story. So, speaking of this great story, what's it like to be the leader of such an impactful committee?
It is one of the most inspiring things that's happened to me in my life, honestly. I don't think any of us could have predicted how powerful this would be. I tell them that I light the spark and they create a bonfire. It just doesn't seem to end, the ripple effect of one wonderful thing leading to the next. You know, Roots and Wings was our first group, and that was very powerful when we started with the Mental Health Association. One of our members, Mary Beth Kane, paid for the staff at Roots and Wings to go to the Mental Health Association first aid course. The Mental Health Association first aid taught us that the biggest difficulty, the highest suicide rate today is not the young, it's the old, which leads us to our work that we're going to be doing next with United Way, which will help connect caregivers to the people who are now being isolated in their homes. So one thing just falls into the other, and having one not-for-profit work with another has been something I think is new, and it's been exciting, and it's been just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, I think you really touched on something about emotional health, and we did talk with Team D-Stig
Yeah.
about that earlier. And the emotional health of so many of our fellow citizens is really in bad shape right now through this
Yes.
pandemic. So you guys have really done so much for that. So speaking of all this great stuff, the spark and the bonfire that you've got going, what's going to happen? Where's this bonfire going to take us? Where are we going to next? What's the future?
Well, we still have some not-for-profits that we're going to be working with. We also have a hiking club, which has been very successful too. It's been a lot of fun. A lot of what we do is an outreach to the chamber as a whole, and that has really been a wonderful experience as well. We find that when we go and speak at other subcommittees that they are interested in what we're doing, including hiking. You can bring your kids and your pets and your significant others. So a lot of what we do is continuing to build community. And also, most importantly, I think education is a very big piece of what we do as well. And we are creating the Thrive Morris website, which is going to be the premier resource for all of Morris County for health and wellness in terms of education and eventing and all that's good that's happening within the chamber and the county itself.
Wow, some incredible plans with an incredible future. So, in wrapping up, I'm going to ask all of our members to go to the dictionary, and if you're younger than me, that would be Wikipedia, and look up the term servant leader, and you will see Kathy Degotti's picture there. She truly embodies, she truly defines what it is to be a servant leader. So, Kathy, thank you so much for what you're doing for the chamber, but really for the community at large. We really appreciate it.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Mike. Thank you.
And thank you to all of our Morris County Chamber of Commerce members. We really appreciate you and all of your support. Thank you.